Let's answer some commonly asked questions about the Black Prince. Okay, the first one I have is, why is my Black Prince turning green? Having a Black Prince in your collection is quite thrilling, and I can especially relate to having something so unique in your garden. Turning green for these guys is not unnatural and not something to fear of. It is just an indication of lack of sun. Wait a minute. Let me take you to my prince outside. Let's take a walk, shall we? So this is my garden royalty, my Black Prince. As you can see, it is also green in the middle, and honestly, I am not hating it. It makes for a great eye popper, and as you can see, it is quite big, and it is thriving. It has lots of babies. Oh, look at this. Leaf propagation that's happening on its own. Another one. Cute. But it has all these babies around the bottom as well. But then again, I have this one. The leaves at the tips show a bit more black, but inside it is still a bit more green. And I have to tell you, I'm honestly not hating it. Let's see if I can even show you the flowers. Propagation. They can be leaf propagated. If you would like to see how I did it, you can just click up here or follow the link in the description. This is my result of that video. Leaf propagating them is quite easy. You will see that in the video. And I see this one even has a little buddy in there. A moonstone growing with it. But they are quite lovely. I can't wait for them to be as big as this one. But of course, if you are willing to wait, they do make babies around the bottom. Eventually, you can plant the flowers. Eventually, the seeds that falls from the flowers will pop up babies. But in my personal experience with them, leaf propagation is the quickest way to get a lot of babies. Forgot to show you this one. Just a leaf propagation that happened on its own. They are quite cute, aren't they? Look at that one. One has 1, 2, 3 on them, and the other one is getting big all by its lonesome. How and when do I water my Echeveria? Okay, it is probably best if you can to water them on ground level. This just prevents water lying on top of the leaves, and it will probably keep your leaves the driest. You don't want water building up in the center, in the crown of the Echeveria Black Prince. It can cause your leaves to grow soft and to rot. As for the when, that is also a very good question. They can be watered once a week in the summer and spring. And if you would like to water them in the winter, you can take that down to about once a month. Does my prince need direct sunlight? All succulents love sunlight, but we all know too much of a good thing is a bad thing. What's best to know about them is they like about 6 hours of sunlight a day. What's also good to know is if you have a newly planted Black Prince, you would like to ease them into that hours of sunlight. If they are that young or just planted, they don't like too much sunlight too fast. Just ease them into all those hours of direct sunlight. Why is my Black Prince dying? Uh-oh. Okay. I don't have a photo, so I don't know how your Black Prince looks, but I'm going to mention the most common reasons why your Black Prince could be dying, and hopefully that will help. Overwatering. You can feel your leaves. If they are not stiff, if they are a bit soft, if they are yellow or green. Green is fine. Green and black is fine. Yellow and brown is taking it down. Maybe you can just feel your leaves. If they are stiff, that is a good thing. If they are soft and they appear to be looking a bit yellow or brown, that is an indication of overwatering. The best, quickest thing you can do is repot immediately. Take them out, put them into some dry, new soil, and maybe give them about a week to settle in, and then you can give water. Make sure your pot has draining holes, and keep by the rule of thumb of watering once a week in the summer and once a month in the winter. The other common reason I know is lack of sunlight. Like I mentioned, if you notice your Echeveria is green, but if they start getting leggy, if they start standing up towards the window, or if you have them in the garden and they are standing up and starting to point in a direction, they are trying to get more light. So it would be probably best to move them if you have them in your house closer to a window that's getting more direct sunlight. If you have them in your garden, it is probably best to replant them somewhere with more direct sunlight. When should I repot my Black Prince? Good thing to know about them if you are considering repotting them is they are slow growers. They can be in a pot for a long time. If you start seeing them hang over about like this, but I did plant it skew, so it's growing that way. But if there weren't any space for it to grow, it would probably be best to repot it, but I think it can be in here for another 3 to 4 months. To give you an indication, this guy, these two, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, they can still be in here for, I hope not, I would like them to grow big very quickly, but they will probably only be repotted next year. Grow, grow! A good thing to remember about repotting is make sure your soil isn't too moist. This will make it easy to dust off the roots, clean the roots. If you would like them to get completely new soil, it will make the transition just that more easy. Having a touch of royalty in your house or in your garden gives a quite satisfying feeling. Wouldn't you agree?